Hello and welcome to another Python tutorial video on Tkinter where we will be looking at list boxes. These are a particular type of input widget which allows a user to select one or more items from a predefined list. As with our previous tutorial, which I invite you to check out at the end of this video in case you've missed it, we will first look at the output and study what it does before going back and looking at the code which underlies it. So again, we can press the F5 key and observe the output in the center of our screen. As you can see, we now have a list of items linked to a scroll bar. In this case, the list is an active list, which means that we can click on any item and the output will be a message box which says you selected, in this case, cola, which is our drink. Of course, we can select another item, water, or coffee, or for example tea in this case. Now, how do we create this type of widget, specifically one which is linked to a scroll bar? Well, to learn that, let's look at the code. The top part of the code from line 1 to line 13 is our standard code for creating the root window, so we won't go through that today. We will start from line 15, which gives us a list of the drinks included in our list. Then in lines 17, 18 and 19, we create and pack the actual list box itself. First of all, of course, we need to create a variable called var, and this, of course, is a Tkinter variable. We also pre-assign it the values which it can assume, of course, giving it as an input our list of drinks. Then in line 18, we of course create the list box itself, assigning it to our root window, giving it as our list of variables our var, defining a height of 4, and select mode as single. Now, while this is one of the most popular modes used for selecting items in a list box, there are some others which I should also point out. The first is tk.extended. What this does is it allows us to select an item within the list and then drag the mouse cursor down, selecting all the items which we pass over. Another one is tk.multiple, and this allows us to make multiple selections within our list by clicking on each of them as individual items. Now, returning to the code, we have that on line 19, we pack our list box within our window. Then, line 21, 22 and 23 should be familiar to you from a previous episode in which we assigned the scroll bar to our label. In this case, we are assigning the scroll bar to our list box and joining the two together. Now, should you have any specific queries about what we're doing here, namely generating the scroll bar and linking it to our list box, then please make sure to check out my previous tutorial in which I explain in depth each specific line of code. Now, having said that, of course, should you have any further queries, then of course please let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure to reply to you as soon as possible. Carrying on with our code, we now define a function called itemSelected, which is a function which will get the values we've selected in our list box and use them to create a message which it will then display using a messagebox.showInfo widget. Then in line 32, we are binding the function we've just created to the list box, which in other words means that as soon as we select an item in the list box, this function will be called and hence generate a showInfo message box. And finally, in line 34, we are running the main loop. Having said that, I once again invite you to leave any comments below should you have any queries about what we've just seen, or indeed any suggestions for future videos. I thank you all once again for watching today's video and for your continued support. As usual, don't forget to like and share the video, as well as subscribe to the channel for all of you who have not yet done so. I look forward to seeing you all again next week for another video, and until then, happy coding!